It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And we're a bit pet crazy today, from those interesting TikTok videos to now looking at...
Not just today, you're always pet crazy.
I'm always cat crazy, but you know what? How's this? Grant Hines, he is here because when it comes to video games, you've played a demigod in God of War, you've played an avatar in multiple video games, and now, how's this? You get to play a stray cat in an upcoming adventure game called Stray, set for release on the 19th of July. Okay, you had me here.
Okay, I'm very excited about this game. It's coming out very shortly, so I haven't had time to play it, but we've seen, for a couple of years, we've been seeing like trailer announcements about it. And the big highlight is that you actually play a cat. They went straight into playing a cat. And the studio behind it is called Annapurna. They are an incredible indie game studio. They make some amazing games like Florence. It's a mobile game which is like about dating, which is incredible. So this studio who's making a game about being a cat is such a great idea. So you play this cat that's a stray in this world where it's mostly made up of robots. Okay. I think, we haven't been told a little bit too much about it, but I think you've fallen down into this world of forgotten robot AI that have kind of made their own society, and you're trying to make your way back. So you pick up this droid on your way. It's called B12 that is floating around with you, and you see you've got a little screen on your back, and that robot, there's B12 talking, can help you interact with the environment. So you're still a cat, you can't talk to things, but you don't have weapons per se. You have to run away from things that are chasing you. You've got to use your abilities as a cat and your instincts to get away from and make your way out of this hole, which is this mysterious world that you're kind of discovering. And they've even got all these little cat quirks. So you can walk up to a couch and you can scratch the couch. You can like walk up to like a stranger and rub against their legs, and then they go like, oh, okay, who's you? You know?
That's a way of a cat showing affection.
And then obviously it's a platformer by heart, so you have to solve puzzles by walking and moving around the environment, which is something that I actually really miss. I haven't had a really good platformer recently that isn't a remaster or a remake, because everybody's remaking Crash Bandicoot, and there we go. So you see your ability as a cat to like push things over, or use your nimble thing to climb you know, the environment so that you can't be approached by enemies, which is very, very cool.
This is cool. Just remind me again, what is the company called that developed this game?
They're called Annapurna.
Annapurna.
Yeah.
I see why they went with the cat.
Okay, it makes sense. I've actually had the good fortune of meeting the developers for Annapurna at E3 a couple of years ago when I was up there, and they do make some incredible, incredible games. Florence is probably my favorite game of theirs. It is on the App Store, which you can download, and it's an interactive graphic comic book about the life cycle of a relationship, and what it's like to get into a new relationship, what it's like to leave a relationship, and the excitement and hurt and pain. It's a topic that not many people would touch as a game. So touching just being a cat in a game is something that they are the perfect people for. Perfect
people for. I see what you did there.
No.
Unintentionally, but it took them 7 years to develop this game. Why so long?
I think there's a lot of challenges. Like, you know, we're used to game engines having people, and we know how to interact as people, but now you're working with a game engine to create an animal, to get us to play as an animal. We've got to think like a cat and be a cat. Now, it's taken a lot of time to do that, I think. And also to get it ready. And there's the level of expectation here is high. People are very excited about this. We're tired, you know, of shooting stuff and playing and sport. We want something a little bit out of the ordinary, a little bit like cerebral and a thinking person's game, and this is very interesting.
I think we're just tired of all the violence around us, including in some video games, so it's going to be quite cool.
I think being a cat is also a form of escapism.
Yes.
You know, you could just be a cat in a game. Why not? This is what video games are for. You can just be something else.
That's amazing. Well, Grant Hines, thank you for bringing us Stray. It's releasing on the 19th of July, which is now literally around the corner. And if you've ever had a dream of being a cat, maybe keeping an eye out for Stray is the thing to do.